right, so I had, again, it's like that. Hell, we gonna wear ourselves out laughing at y'all. But I got real info and, well, you know, but unless they done moved, I just came back from the store. Yeah, yeah, nerd. Yeah. So now, listen, I would have, well, not, well, maybe I wouldn't have noticed because I did just happen to find that. I wasn't looking for a Ford, Ranger. Honestly, but he does have the step side extended cab, but I doubt he got the same engine. I bet he got the 4 cylinder. I mean, technically, if they weren't nerds, if I'm still out here when he come out, I could be. I can go over there. Well, anyway, yeah. What you got up under there? He understand the language. What you got up under? You know, you know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, there's no room. Oh man, there is no room to park your block in the driveway. Oh, maybe he's not staying. He's delivering a package. Oh, okay, it's different. But all right. But everybody ordering. They on the Trump train too. Maybe I don't know. But they them Kamala fans. They mad about the Kamala getting clowned for lying about McDonald's. But yeah, it's like when you got a six, just any car, it ain't got the badge on the side. You got to ask the owner, what's up, what you got up in there, right? And I think more than likely he got the 4 cylinder or the smaller 6 cylinder. I got the big boy, but it's 6 cylinder, but it's 4.0. The body is straight on this one. I'm not mad. I'm just saying, but it's like I said, and it's a 5 speed. Yeah, it's a manual, and it's running. It's as we say in the hood, it's running. It's running straight. I'm thinking about doing a tune-up. He said, dude, and I looked through the. It looked like they, like mechanics do. They left the spark plugs in the glove box, the old ones, because it's just a habit. Because I was thinking like, oh shit, to keep it running. Well, obviously I'm gonna do an oil change, even if you do that whenever you buy. Oh, I don't care if you buy this one. If you just buy it from a person, the best thing is to do everything over. But anyway, the 4 liter. But you just saw that, right? I guess they got their grandson over there. No, no, hey, no, nothing. What you saw the dude just roll up with the McDonald's. So everybody bad about. All right, so this looks like it's new. 2 hours ago, I've been gone since this morning. That's another thing. They keep talking about. Trump is gonna get us. He's gonna get revenge. So first of all, what are you talking? Revenge for what? You're trying to say he was doing something wrong and get revenge for. You're trying to act like he's gonna get revenge because you are the good guys. It's like, no, nobody get. This is not a movie. Where have we seen in history, recent history, somebody who did something bad and they got revenge? That's movies. Every once in a while, you might see something, No regular people. I'm talking real criminals, not us. Where have you seen that? Only Democrats got this fantasy about they gonna get revenge. That's what I'm saying. They tell on themselves that they're crazy. No, where have we seen? It's just like, remember I said we keep leaving comments about it'll be these, they stop, I don't know, they seem to have calmed down. What I mean by that is, they put out, remember I kept showing y'all last year, this year, at the beginning, these local channels like Chicago, I'm talking about the local news channel, some shit you never heard of, the WSV TV, 33, like who the fuck, why y'all putting this? But it's a news report and some chick got killed, and they tried to have the comments where, oh, she was she, it's her boyfriend, he couldn't let go, he just wanted revenge. It's like, who does that? Nobody. Yeah, this fantasy, this Lifetime movie that young dudes or even old dudes, some of them are old and they can't let go. They just can't let go. It's like, who told you, modern women, that men can't just let go of you? There's just too many other. Y'all he just can't let go. She didn't want you. It's like, who is gonna crash out over you? I don't care if you look like a 22-year-old Halle Berry. Ain't no, if he can pull you, he could pull another 22-year-old looking Halle Berry. So he don't have to crash out over you. You like, that's not, don't, yeah, basically it is. That's how it always been. It's just back then, she would be, and stay faithful the whole time until she, dies of old age. Now, y'all are brainwashed to think it's power, pussy power, and, and equality to be a slut. That's all that is. Same difference. So this fantasy, they keep asking Trump questions. Are you gonna go after? But I'm like, first of all, with one of us, like, he's supposed to go on Joe Rogan Friday. Joe Rogan is not a conservative. He tries to whatever play the, like I say, he's like Ice Cube in them. He plays the, I just want to be, fair, and it's like, no, you're not fair and balanced. You need, that's totally different. You need to have a just balance, right? I understand that. That's why, like I said, I understand where the liberals and the atheists might say, who don't understand the Bible, they say there's verses that contradict itself. The Bible contradicts itself. One, I'll tell you another secret. I'm hipping y'all. This is worth gold, so listen up. One verse, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, meaning you got to you can't be in the middle, can't ride the fence. Another verse, you got to have a just balance. Ain't that a contradiction? Because that means the other verse says you can't be double-minded, you can't be in the middle, you got to make up your mind, you got to pick up once, you got to make a decision and stick to it. Well, how can you have a just balance? That's not the same thing. Yes, it is. See, I mean, it's fine. I'm not dissing. I'm telling you. That's why I warned you, and I said I'm literally doing this stuff for free. You ain't got to go to church to hear me. You ain't got to tithe to me. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, I'm not now. I'm remembering. It's some new videos, and also that dude I was showing y'all yesterday, that preacher in Atlanta. Sure enough, the black chicks on YouTube, they been known about him. Just like I said, he told y'all should vote for Kamala and yada yada yada. He's a preacher, a big time preacher. You already knew he's one of them demons, the TD Jake type niggas. TD Jake type niggas and shit. And yeah, not even a house nigga. These were way worse. All up at. So I'm gonna hopefully I get to that if I don't forget. And what I mean by that, don't contradict yourself. It don't contradict itself. It's just you don't have the Holy Spirit to guide you. It's for people who don't understand. You really have to see it. You really have to know. It's like when you're in a situation, it might be a dire situation. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about a real dire situation. Different thoughts and different things will come to your head that get you out of that situation. So it's like the Bible, it's alive. So the Old Testament don't contradict the New Testament. That's why, you'll see me say stuff about, oh, you gonna get it. And yeah, but I thought Jesus is like, look, Jesus, he don't talk to you. He talked to us, but not you. I'm trying to tell you, he's not against the Old Testament and the Old Testament ways. I'm trying to tell you. You're like, well, the Jews, the Old Testament, he was a Jew. He was a practicing Jew. I mean, I understand he was a human and, the betrayal, but it wasn't just that. He knew the whole time what it was about, right? There's verses that say that explains. It don't explain like that, but if you got discernment, you can literally, and if you just a human being, you can see what he was going through. And this is just regular Bible. You don't need, even King James, you don't need a translator. Yeah, but he knew. It's like, yeah, I got to do this, right? But anyway, that's all. Now I'm gonna get to the jokes about y'all. And another one was Kamala. You know, the where she was at the church and talking about I believe in a loving God who who wants to take for us to speak out for the people who can't speak and speak for themselves. I'm like, where say that anywhere in the Bible? Old Testament, New Testament, the letters in red, meaning those are the words of Jesus. Where does it say that? Right. I got more jokes. It's like, this bitch really just confused Stan Lee with God, with Jesus. It's like, she's like, yay, Peter Parker left it upon defeating. He left and he let the burglar, the robber, go because he didn't understand that the robber was going to kill Uncle Ben. Remember? That's what she was talking about. We got to speak up for the other who's cat. She's talking about a superhero, not religion. And yay, Peter, after he said, "That's not my problem." If you remember, everybody know the origin of Spider-Man. That's not my problem if, and he let the thief go. Finally, the cop answered me. Yeah, but he go this way. Yeah, I'm like, why y'all never come back this way? But whatever. I still say, why don't you roll up on this side and let it, But anyway, and yay, Peter didn't stop if he didn't stop if the robber, because it wasn't his problem. And yay, Peter went outside and he beholdeth Uncle Ben laying on the ground because the same robber that he didn't stop killed Uncle Bill. And now Peter dedicated his life to helping those who can't speak and the downtrodden. They're like, bitch, this is not Spider-Man or Batman origin story, seeing his parents. That's what she's talking about. I believe in a loving God. No. Jesus here to save your soul, not to help you speak up. If you can't speak it, the Bible does help your parents, but that's why the Old Testament, you bring up your child in the ways you raise your child right. That's why you don't spare the rod. Spare the rod, spoil the child. That's not Spider-Man. That's not, speak up for children. Yeah, literally the Bible says, so you spoil your child acting a fool. I don't say, we ain't saying, they all little black folks riding by, we ain't saying abuse your child. No. Like I said, the way, I don't remember exactly what everything I got whoopings for, but I know it was always because I did something. Like, right? The one I remember the most is because I had to go upstairs. We had a 2-story, this is New York, so everything's 2-story, right? But this is like probably 79. I'm probably like 5. And my cousins, The older cousins, so their cousins, you know, all the kids my age was over there, and I guess I was acting out because everybody over our house. And I don't know what I did, but I just remember being upstairs looking out the window, and everybody looked like they was having so much fun. And I had got I had got a little whooping, back there, you get the whoop, not off the fir tree, off the other, with it right here ain't got the type of bushes. Well, nah, right here you get the little, you break your own switch off. You got to break your own switch. And it got so what was fucked up. We got to the point we would peel it ourselves, because when you peel it and when you break it and peel it yourself to the green part. So on the way back, we sit and I told Eddie Murphy, he told the truth, and he older, so that's what, like I said, by the time I was 10 and fucking Delirious came out, I mean Raw, not Delirious. By then I felt like I was one of the adults laughing about way back in the day, and I was only 10. I'm laughing about when I was 5. Same shit. He said exactly what it was. I can remember having to go get my switch, because you acting out. Everybody outside in the backyard, barbecue. I don't know what I did. You got it. And you start crying. And you start swinging it in the wind already. And you start crying. Because he's on the way back. You got to get your own switch. But so that had what Kamala was talking about, a loving guy who tells us to speak up for those who can't. Like, what the fuck? That's pure communism, demonic shit. Seriously, everybody's supposed to be raising everybody, your children right, so they know how to speak up for themselves. They got their mindset right. By the time they get out of high school, they definitely should be decided, I'm going to fucking college, community college, the military, I'm getting a job. Even if they drop out, they still should be like, you know what, I got to do something, make some money, right? It's still ways. But let's see what this new thing say.
This is the final battle. With you at my side, we will demolish the deep state. We will expel the warmongers from our government. We will drive out the globalists. We will cast out the communists, Marxists, and fascists. We will throw off the sick political.
And now in a position to purchase all of this property, we can do that because I've been trained to do that, and I will do that at the same time, knowing the Office of Attorney General.
And this was years ago, right? Now I just clicked on this video. That's what you see what I'm saying? That's all it is. That's pure jealousy. That's why I said they gonna be so mad when I start purchasing properties, by next year. I say I can't say a year from now. Really, it only take about 6-8 months for your credit. As long as you're doing everything right, it should reflect. I'm talking about you should be able to read without no YouTube tricks, all them gurus about credit. Just the old-fashioned way. It should take at the most 8 months. But and people don't understand. All this is about just pure jealousy.
Powers and its responsibilities and its duties. My name is Letitia James, and I plan on being the next Attorney General of the state of New York. God bless you and thank you.
Wow. I mean, putting it all out there. Telling us exactly what her plan was. And now it's about to get reversed. It's about to get reversed, and I think a few other things are about to get reversed. When you look at the news today, for example, Nathan Wade, it turns out, he was having all these meetings with the White House. That has now come out, despite the fact that Merrick Garland tried to avoid that question when he was asked about a year ago by Matt Gaetz about that very thing. Somehow it's a conspiracy to think that, they might all just actually be working together in a form of collusion with the federal government. Donald Trump was asked about this because there's this sense of like, you got to go back after them, right?
And see, what we're saying is, that's what I started off with. I didn't know this video had been posted. But yesterday, they keep posting these videos where the Democrats, he gonna come after us, revenge. That's not revenge. Somebody steal your car. Now, hood shit, maybe some of us, yada yada yada, yeah, you know who did it. Oh, word got back, who killed your, whatever. That's revenge. But yeah, oh, we know who got your car, nigga. Da 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 da. Oh, you just gonna let them keep it? But now, on the same tip, so somebody steal your car, you wanting the DA to, because the cops didn't caught him, you wanting the DA to prosecute him to the full extent of the law. Look, she's nervous. Not nervous. Look, she's playing in the hair. She can't help it. They sent her. Look, she started playing in the hair. She at first, look, rewind it. she can't help it. I'm not bragging or anything. Y'all sent. Oh, you wanna know why? She got on my outfit, and so they sent her. They sent her here, yeah. But yeah, it's white shoes, black shirt, black pants. But anyway, so that's not. What I'm saying is, that's not revenge. So you want the cops to persecute them. So Trump, we want him to prosecute people if there's evidence of crimes, and it should be. It's not going after them like, oh, you came at me. And it also, it sets a bad precedent that you don't prosecute. That's like I said, if somebody still, like we see in these Chicago, New York, they get to do shit, right? And there's no prosecution. And then, like I said, that's what I was laughing about. Seriously, even the people who family members died, nigga, I'm laughing at you. That's just stupid. Your son, unless you're even worse than being a coward, is you demonically sacrifice your son, 18, 19. He got shot up, and now you on the news for the Democrats. Oh, we need to do something. What we gonna do? Oh, what? How the fuck you don't know what to do? You literally so-called protested, really you rioted it to get rid of the police and to make the judges and the DAs not prosecute. And what's gonna happen? Anybody who ever been in, a real nigga, shit like that, we already know what's gonna happen. Like I said, I couldn't even imagine when I was 17 if word got back. I ain't even talking about watching the news. Word would have been on the street. We ride in the car, oh, blah, 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 blah. Such and such, oh, that nigga did what? Oh, okay, let's go find this nigga. We ain't even got word, oh, they gonna let you go, nigga. Shit, you can light that nigga up. His whole house, the whole fucking block, not even a house, light that whole block up. Fuck that nigga. If we get caught, they gonna let us go. And they know for a fact. Cause such and such, they letting everybody go. That's what I was talking about. So it's like, that's why I'm like, you deserve what you get. You know damn well that was stupidity. Now, if you was dumb enough, if you're not even on the demonic tip, you really fell for it. Oh, this has been racist. America's systemically racist. Blah, 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 blah. But that's not what I'm laughing at. So we're saying this. How is that revenge? So what it is, they're scared. They don't want to get. They're still trying their last hope. Now they know that they're losing. They're panicking. Now they're trying to say, well, they're hoping to play on us. Like, oh, don't let them get revenge on us. That's not revenge. You committed a big time crime. Not even felony, treason. That's not revenge. And for the future, everybody needs to see there are harsh punishments for what they did. They tell me, oh, he gonna come get revenge. Remember I said that weeks ago, right? When Robert De Niro, oh, Trump gonna come get us. He might come get you. He is like, what? Why do you? That means right there in Hood and Robert De Niro. I ain't even talking about movies. Everybody assumed he really got connections to, real mob people from the 70s and 80s. I'm from Queens, and that scene from Goodfellas, the Latanza hit, everybody that bar that's around, that's about in my neighborhood where I grew up, but it was the '70s where so my folks, that's da da da, because at LaGuardia Airport, the airport I used to play in, but so whatever. But so yeah, when you start snitching on yourself, he's gonna come get us. Look, so they told her to come walk back by, but now they got it. Now they told her to walk by. Keep your hands down. You see how now she's stiff. Don't touch. Now they made it. Poor girl. It ain't real, man. When a girl is twirling her hair, when she was walking up. Now they told her go walk back by. They're jealous. That's the jealousy. So they did go this time. But first of all, you're walking this way. You can't see me. This way, she saw me, right? They told her, they didn't. These haters, they mad. But I told you, remember I told you that's why I knew y'all were gonna fuck up. When I made my first video, I knew it. It's not bragging. And like I said, I've been said that. Remember the Me Too movement? Remember I told you the pretty girls were the predators. I'm talking about kindergarten. When we was she's younger than me. I'm saying if we're the same man, remember I tell you these stories? That's what they look. I'm New York City. That's what they look like. Saying, put your hand, do this, do that. First grade, second grade. And, now they go, they're gonna have dudes come compete. I don't care. We're supposed to be homeboys. So if you bring it up, that means you're not you're not a real nigga. You're probably gay. It just would come up natural, organic. And more than likely, if we just met, we wouldn't talk about that. Right? But the Me Too, for a lot of us guys, especially by high school, we probably still be virgins if the pretty girls weren't so forward. They get what they want. They want you. Yeah, you coming over their house. And yeah, we put effort into it too. With other, But so no, I'm not. Look, you saw it here. Live, her, twirling her. She couldn't help it. And they told her to come back by, The matter of fact, you see now when she's walking back by, she got her hands balled up. It's almost military. Put your hands in your pocket if you can't do this. You can't control your hands. Da 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 da. Now she got to walk stiff. She got to. But back to what we was talking about, it's not revenge if they committed. Yeah, if Trump it's not going after them. You commit, and it's like, well, we want accountability for the crimes they committed. That's not revenge, personal Trump revenge. It's like, no, and then with Trump, if you keep that all, so now they're worried that then also on a regular level, that means you did something. If you worried about that, like I said, that's like a little kid. Like I said, when I was a kid, and you start crying. Situations I'd have been as an adult, and you catch a kid, whatever, it's just situations when you get caught doing something when you're about 4 or 5, and you start crying immediately. Not they didn't even say anything. They just walked in the room and you start crying because you were doing something. That's what I'm saying. Democrats are like children. Whatever we were doing. And you start, soon as you look up, because you're about 4 or 5, you start crying, because that's the whooping, that's the switch, or whatever, it's finna come out. And yeah, it's especially females, oh, don't cry now. Shut that noise up. They don't want to hear it. Shut it up. It's over with. Don't cry now. But that's what the Democrats right now. They crying. They start crying. So we ain't even say nothing yet. Nobody, Trump, none of us have said anything. They's crying already because they got caught. Yeah, shut it up. Don't nobody want to hear all that. And they supposed to be grown-ups. We the Democrats. Yeah, we remember that they said that in 2020. Joe Biden. Now the adults are in charge. Now remember that though, the adults are in charge. That all that bullshit. Yeah. Now they crying. And it's not like we don't want revenge. We ain't got time for that. But we do want to set a standard that if you try shit like this, yeah, you need to know. Just like anything, like in the hood, nigga, if you get caught, that's about 20 years. Or you get caught, they can kill you. You breaking in somebody's house, or you finna try to pull a kick though, whatever. If things don't go right, you can go to prison, or the owner can kill your ass. You gotta think about all that shit. It is like, no, it ain't just. So that's what we're talking about. Not revenge. It's just, there are consequences to this shit. And y'all trying to get away with it. Ooh, no, let us go. Just let us live with all the money we stole. And taxpayer money. And we stole it all. And not only that, it really ain't even the money as so much. It's the treason of trying to destroy the whole country so the rest of us can't prosper and live our lives. Treason, destroy it all, and give us all. It matters. Not even just prosper. You tried to turn us over to our enemies, China. Now everything is, they're going to try to get us. They just want revenge. First of all, you just admitted you did something. It's like somebody who get caught cheating. And now you don't want your partner to cheat on you. Baby, hold up, girl. No, okay, but I don't love her. I love you. Some shit like that. And that's what I'm saying. Democrat voters, men and women. Women are the, Democrat voters are like the ones who keep going back to the dude who smack them up. The men are like the ones who keep going back to a hoe. They know she cheating on him, but he still just can't leave her alone. She even, especially you got them girls that have been like that they tell you to your face that she, I never had it, but cause they know better. They always knew, but they tell you that, and they still keep coming back to her. The rest of us can't help them. That's what I keep talking about. Leave them alone. Or a female nigga smacking up, but more than likely, she's egging it on and da. Remember, that's where they came up with don't blame the victim, so you can't say anything, right? But they didn't realize most of us seen it maybe as kids, especially by the 80s, and we already knew how to handle it. Because in the 80s, even a family member who's getting smacked up, especially I'm from New York, Philly, we have family in Philly. Everybody ain't finna keep running to our house over and over and over. Kept hopping the train, hopping into the bus, and the cousins, the male, everybody running every weekend to keep them from fighting. And that's your female cousin. Even the women, they gonna know if she keep going back to them. You gotta catch the A train and this and that and get a transfer. Everybody get it to jump on him. Cause he'd have jumped on your cousin, we're little kids, they gotta drag us along, all that shit. So no, they get tired of her. You don't leave him alone. So everybody, you gotta, even if that's your daughter, your sister, and we can't, what you gonna do? We can't tie her up and kidnap her. You can't go back to him. Just like your brother. You can't tie him up, you can't go back to her. It's just, hey. And you always jumping on her. That's your cousin or your brother, and he just can't let her go. And y'all see what she do, and It's like, you gotta let him go for your own sanity, and everybody else is in the family's sanity. You gotta that's your cousin. You love him or whatever. Your brothers, you gotta let them go. And that's what I'm talking about with the black folks and the Democrats. You gotta let these crazy motherfuckers go. We love you, dog. But it ain't even you got to get a waiver. It's just, hey, we just can't help you. You gone. You too far gone. But
This thing with Letitia James is gonna get thrown out of court, and here's how I know. Just watch the tape. Humor me. I know I've played this before, but this is how we know, and it's coming down to sometime within the next 7 to 10 days here. Handwriting's on the wall. Here she is, well, rather her stand-in, Judith Vale, trying to argue this case before the appellate judge of the New York Court of Appeals, and they're laughing her out of court.
It was using.
Sorry, but what's being described sounds an awful lot like a potential commercial dispute between private actors.
Well, to go back to the first question about whether there's other examples of this, there are other examples of this. In the First American case, the Attorney General brought a 6312 case where the transaction at issue was between a very big bank, Wells Fargo, and a professional appraisal firm.
But wasn't the concern there that the public would ultimately be negatively impacted, affected by what those corporate actors were doing?
And that concern is here as well, because when you have hidden risks getting injected into the market, that hurts the market.
Okay, so it doesn't make much sense, only because in this case she's trying to argue that somehow this big public market that he was influencing, as opposed to it being a private transaction between an individual and his bank. And by the way, the bank itself, that would be Deutsche Bank, got paid back in full with interest, so everybody was happy. So there's no victim. And like normally in these crimes,
Yeah, we heard that
kind of
part.
have
We all
victims,
know.
something that nearly got her laughed out of court within the first 5 minutes.
May it please the court, Judith Vale for the New York Attorney General's office. All of the defendants repeatedly
Ms.
violated.
Vale, can you identify any previous case in which the Attorney General sued under Executive Law 6312 to upset a private business transaction that was between equally sophisticated partners, where the supposed victim had the ability and legal obligation to discover the allegedly misrepresented matters by conducting its own due diligence, where the supposed wrong
and opportunities? While Trump cuts taxes for billionaires, Kamala Harris will cut them for you.
Look at these ads. You know, nobody's buying these ads. You know, the poor. That's the same communist shit. Trump is only for the rich people. The billionaires. He don't care. Nobody's buying that shit.
Under my plan, more than 100 million Americans will get a tax cut, letting you.
Go to Long John Silver's. All right, so let me do some of the funny shit. I mean, because you got the gist of that other video I just showed, the Trish Reagan. It's, you know, it's what I wanted to say last night. It's revenge. Oh, revenge. Yeah, like I said, somebody assault your family member. Is that, when they come on the news, is that revenge? Yeah, that's the same thing. These motherfuckers assaulted the whole country. You could try to talk your way out of it, but you can't. We got proof. So no, it's not revenge. Well, here's a funny one.
Hey, listen, if you're planning your finances, how do you know you've got an expert plan? Have you ever really thought about it? You know, like, what's the best strategy?
Idea that her failure isn't her own fault. Julie Chavez, she's been working really hard for Kamala, trying to convince Hispanics and immigrants to support this pretending chameleon.
I'm really fortunate that throughout my life,
Pretending chameleon. Like I showed you. I forgot. I said I was going to do the video this morning. Candace Owens showed Kamala's real feel, you know, because honestly, you could kind of feel what's going on. They're like more upset, not because she's vice president and don't acknowledge them. It feels like I said, I think it's kind of a big family, and you got one side that's just whatever, you know, them Harrises, them your cousins, them your first cousins, as you get up the line. You know, like your grandma or your granddad, whatever, that's their first cousin. But as, you know, for us, we're like third or, you know, da-da-da. And they, you know, and it was not that they don't like what they're saying, is they don't know why she doing that shit. Like, why, that's kind of, it's almost, I can feel it. Like, why? Like, oh, yo, whoa, you dissing all this. So it's like, she lied. It's not even black or, I mean, whatever. You got to watch it for yourself. She's Jewish. The straight up Jew. It's like nothing black. I, like I said, am not trying to get caught up in that, but it is a big, big deal.
I'm a joyful warrior. Never again! You do what you gotta do. Ain't that something? Kamala Harris is losing her mind as the fake honeymoon period is long gone and election day is quickly approaching. Well, word is her campaign is falling apart and she went off on her campaign manager, a Hispanic activist, Julie Chavez Rodriguez, the granddaughter of Cesar Chavez. Kamala Harris reportedly had this woman in tears after she verbally attacked her campaign manager and told her that she will be the blame.
Now, see, is this a good sign? I mean, I say what I mean is a good sign because we're not worried about regular elections so much. We're worried about the shenanigans. So this means they must have her puppet masters told Kamala probably a while back, Obama, all them, that they can't shenanigan the election. No, they got. I was looking at other videos. They pointed out at the stuff that I didn't even realize at first about Elon Musk. You got to remember, yeah, he got all, and that's why they so mad at him. There's nothing they can do because he's using all that for us. You could be like, no, what? Come on now. And what I mean by that, you know, he's not. He is like he's whatever. We know, you know, special smart people. You know, I love that nigga now. I do, and I admit it is recent, but it's not. He bought our love. He did some real shit. It was real. See what I'm saying? It was when he bought Twitter, and technically, all y'all rich folks, I mean, or what communists, Elon Musk did something that y'all talk about all the time. Cause y'all try at first. He lost money buying Twitter and and he did. But he did it for freedom, really, for freedom of speech, so we can say what we want. Y'all want people to give away money to bums and just get, you know, bird feed people. That's not what's important. He spent money and lost money so everybody can have and that's the shit y'all always talk about, right? That's y'all thing. A voice. Our voices need to be heard. What did Kamala say? Speak for the people who can't speak for themselves. All right, and he took a loss, but really, I thought from the beginning, once he did that, Twitter's gonna bounce back because everybody's gonna come back. The reason all of us, or even some of us who wasn't even on it, but who might join now, is because now you can say what you want like you're supposed to be able to. That's what they're mad about. So that shows they're full of shit because he did. I thought billionaires, they don't care about everybody else. If he don't care about poor people, why did he give us a platform where we could talk and bitch about being poor, bitch about this and that, and nobody's going to delete your comment? And he took a loss for it. That shows you right there. See, that's what they, you know, it's like they don't even think about the stupid shit they say.
And told her that she will be the blame if Kamala didn't win the election. Yeah, a frustrated and angry Kamala Harris is buckling under pressure as she faces.
I went over and, you know, what I meant by that. It's like, you know, because like they said, 2020 was totally different. Everybody wasn't on board like that. And it's not just Elon got connections. Remember, it was before that, the evil motherfucker, the only one was Bill Gates. Now you got Elon Musk. Basically, it's like a war of the nerds. Seriously. And we're on Elon's side because he's not just a nerd. Like, yeah, you can see, no offense, anybody, you know, like when he was at the rally, yeah, but it's like you still, but Bill Gates, he's evil. You can see, but see, Elon is our generation. Like I said, he's born in 71. Bill Gates. So it's like, yeah, now there's no more monopoly where Microsoft is the only major corporate, Microsoft and Google. You got Starlink, and it's over. Game over. And matter of fact, Elon Musk is younger than Bill Gates. So that's what and all the nerds, ain't that what you supposed to want? the younger nerds that come up and create and be creative and and they're supposed to. So you're mad though because Elon Musk isn't upset, mad at society like devil worshiper Bill Gates, right? So that's what they're mad about. He didn't fall in line with the rest of them, of the Zuckerberg and Bill Gates. And so now we got way more people on our side with not just inside. Yeah, so it's like they know it's done. And Kamala's panicking because I don't know, they fooled her to think that maybe she would really win like the way you're supposed to win. They pumped her head up that she thought she could win people over. And she's realizing she's fucked nobody, And so this video is about her fire. And matter of fact, I'm a spoiler alert. The woman she fired, the Hispanic woman she went off on 2 days ago and fired. If you don't, I don't know too much about Cesar Chavez, but I know his name. He was one of the at least for Mexicans, all that probably worked with, Cesar Chavez. It was his granddaughter. You'll see, she fired her. So-called, more than like, Cesar Chavez, civil rights icon. Maybe, exactly, all the Mexican Americans, LA, Los Angeles. She went off on her. Made her cry. Listen.
Kamala Harris is buckling under pressure as she faces more opposition. Now, she's not used to being criticized. Kamala never really had to work for any of these positions. Every position was handed to her, from the six-figure board positions that she got from Willie Brown when she was his mistress, that DA position he got her in, as well as the Attorney General. Even the Senate position. She got in bed with Cali billionaires, letting them off for prosecution when they're really white-collar criminals. She decided not to prosecute them in exchange that these billionaires would give her a bunch of money to run for the U.S. Senate position unopposed. By the way, which never happened in California history.
She is the first person, the only person in California's history to run with no Republican opponent for U.S. Senator.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, see, it's interesting, the whole 9 yards.
Then she went on to perform horribly on the national stage the first time she ran for president. She couldn't get any support, any delegates, she had to drop out. Then once again, she was saved. That's when she was elected by Biden as VP.
Do you have at least $20,000 in cash that you want to deploy to get out of that nut?
By Biden as VP. All the way to this point right now. She didn't earn not one primary vote, top of ticket, but she was magically installed like a toilet by billionaires to run at the top. So of course, Kamala is a spoiled, entitled, pretending chameleon that's not used to real opposition. It's the reason why Simone Sanders couldn't stand working for her.
My experience had been, it was new for me.
And this Simone, I didn't even know all that. So she's one of the ones, they said like 92% of her staff quit. I know a little, but Simone Sanders, that's another one, her. I know her name, but I couldn't stand listening to her. I'm talking about like years ago, 2019, she's a big time lie. I was racist, yeah, these AKAs or whatever she is, Simone Sanders, all these chicks on MSNBC or CNN, and just lying. And like I said, the black community, black men, it's like all y'all niggas who letting this bitch lie like that, you're gonna be broke and alone. Seriously, that's what they want. If you don't fall in line with them, you ain't gonna. And it's like, we ain't talking about you gotta have money to get a woman. It ain't about that. What you want to be broke? You and your girl, all that, broke and struggle. We're broke. That's not love. Not in this day and age. 150 years ago, maybe that was cute. Both of y'all struggling, living in a fucked up house, and y'all working it out. That was cute. But it's like nowadays, y'all y'all disgusting. Yeah, y'all need to get away from each other. Something. It's not cute. Love conquers all. It's like, no, this is not the 1970s. Both of y'all need to be ashamed of y'all, especially don't have no kids and y'all broke. The 70s, it was all, good, good time. But like I said, even James got bad and left good times. And if you think about it, he was the only actor who had a career after he left. JJ, even Thelma didn't really have a movie. James was the only one because he got tired of it. Like, nah, but whatever, I ain't gonna go in that.
For me, when I worked for her, because I had never worked for a high-profile woman before, I had only ever worked for men. And there was one day at work where I was like, "Ma'am, you might be the last woman I work for." 'Cause this story there is a lot. This is a lot.
Simone Sanders wasn't the only one miserable working for her either. Now recently, Kamala the cosplaying chameleon decided to skip the Al Smith dinner to support the Catholics. Presidential candidates historically attended this event in New York. It's a white tie event, a roast, where the candidates let off pre-written jokes and raise money for the foundation.
In the spirit of Sesame Street, the president's remarks tonight are brought to you by the letter O and the number 16 trillion.
I went shopping at some stores in Midtown. I understand Governor Romney went shopping for some stores in Midtown.
In fact, just before taking the dais, Hillary accidentally bumped into me, and she very civilly said, "Pardon me."
Oh shit! See, Trump always the funniest one. It took me a second to realize that this was years ago when he said, "Oh shit!" Hillary had to laugh too. I don't think she was sitting right there. This had to be 2016 or something. I don't know what year. It took me a second to catch on. He said she bumped into me and said, "Pardon me." It's like, oh, see, he got real jokes. That's what I'm talking about. Real nigga shit. Truth. You fucked up. And he joking like, yeah, it is not revenge. Oh, yeah, the Trump is the one that gonna need a pardon. It's like, no. Y'all the ones got to lie. And you're throwing hissy fits. We just talk shit and tell the truth, and you try to shut us down. And it was actually funny. That was actually just funny.
Me, and she very civilly said, "Pardon me."
I mean, look, she can't even, I don't know if she laughing for real, but she really can't. She can't play it off. I don't know. I don't know. Because the camera's there. Hillary, everybody know that's Hillary. Like I said, I know for a fact that's Hillary. You don't know if it look. Like I said, this was out the blue. I know I keep talking about it. It's nighttime. I don't know what time of night. We on the porch. There's only about two or three of us. They smoking blunts and, fake smoke. No, not because, I didn't, whatever, Hey, come on, hit this, that type of shit. But I thought they were just, the point is, that's Hillary for real.
Obama did well at events like this. Hillary Clinton and Trump did too. But Curry Queen Kamala decided not to attend the event. Now reports are circulating that Kamala is blaming Hispanic activist Julie Chavez, her campaign manager, for the demise of her campaign. It will be all Julie's fault. Yeah, Julie's fault. Why? Because Julie reportedly advised Kamala not to attend the Al Smith dinner with the Catholics to avoid alienating her LGBT supporters and her pro-baby termination rights feminist supporters. Kamala had no issue offending Christians.
Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally.
If you're struggling right now, listen to me. I know it's hard. I know you're scared.
No, I think you meant to go to the smaller one down the street.
That was her attitude. She took a lot of
And like I said, that's my, the other guy, his video. He was saying that she, how she was at the church talking about she grew up in Oakland and Galatians, reading Galatians. Everybody, what the fuck are you talking about? Dude don't curse, the YouTuber, but he, I'll cuss for y'all. What the fuck is she talking about? You should remember I said it's like this bitch think fucking Stan Lee. It's like you confusing Marvel Comics with the King James version of the Bible. It's like this is not Spider-Man. We speak up for the ones, or DC Comics. The Dark Knight. He's looking out for all the people in Gotham City who can't speak up. The Joker and the Penguin. Like that's not Jesus. You're thinking about Batman. It's like,
off, so she ran to Atlanta for that check balance.
2024, you got the same agenda. You run to Atlanta when you need a check balance. Let me break it down for you. It's the real challenge.
Was all in the pulpit with Jamal Bryant. Two devils down there at Newburgh in Lithonia, Georgia. The home of the late pastor Eddie Long, and y'all know all about that deviant. Jamal Bryant is another one.
All right, so that's the one I seen on I showed y'all on my other video. And I don't know about him, but like I said, just watching them. That's what I'm saying. When we say stuff, and you could say we're what is it called? What's the word y'all use? We're judging a book by its cover. All it is like, no, that's what I'm telling you. I've been trying to tell you that. And people used to listen to me. I'm not mad. I remember I told you that in my first video. I said that's where y'all gonna fuck up. Remember I told you that's why, I put myself in the hospital, because it's not that, well, people used to listen to me. Now they're not listening to me no more. I want them, yes, listen to me. No, I'm like, the same people, everybody, it's like, it's not a brag. I'm used to it. And people that know me from back in the day, they're used to it. So they're not freaked out. You freaked out, oh, this is some kind of freak. No, I'm that nigga. I'm the nigga. That nigga always, go to hell. Oh, he know this and that. Right? And I'm like, what's going on? And everybody shunning me. As usual, I was right. Wasn't nothing wrong with me, but something must be. My assumption was, instead of going off and hurting everybody else, let me go get some help. And like I said, now y'all mad. And I wasn't looking for money. I was looking, to go to college. It's like, if I can't, my mind ain't right, I can't go to college. Yada, this and that. I can't be a lawyer. Fast forward to this second right now you're mad. Like I said, but I'm still telling you stuff for free. Using whatever gift I have to for free. I ain't got nothing else to do. Because of you, I ain't got nothing else to do. But anyway, so this is what I'm saying, and from our experience, my experience, type of church people that I grew up with, like I said, since I was born, I guess, they never bought into, they were old school. All of that, like I said, the churches we went to, the churches, when we go visit churches in Brooklyn, my great uncle, he was known in the church, but not this. And this is 80. This is not 1979. This is not these mega churches like this Atlanta shit. He would have never been part of that. All this type of no. And these guys, so that's where that's the discernment. You can discern these folks. As soon as I saw them that's the first time I really saw them on that one video. It's like I already know, but then sure enough, this morning. Here these black female YouTubers, they know, because they into all the celebrity, because basically he's a celebrity. He ain't no preacher, he's a celebrity. He's a puffy nigga.
Pastor Eddie Long, and y'all know all about that deviant. Jamal Bryant is another one.
She called him a deviant. Yeah, puffy type, the TD Jakes. See, a puffy, he a puffy type nigga.
In the pulpit with Jamal Bryant. Two devils down there at Newburgh in Lithonia, Georgia. The home of the late pastor Eddie Long, and y'all know all about that deviant. Jamal Bryant is another one.
Now, Eddie Long, Him in Atlanta, I remember him from years ago, right? Everybody was clowning him. And didn't he send like pictures of himself to a little boy and it somehow got leaked? He said he was in a wife beater, right? And took a picture of himself and he sent it to one of his little 15, 16-year-old, whatever, little boy. And everybody, you know, George Wallace, everybody was clowning that nigga. Eddie Long. And normally I don't pay attention to this church stuff, the air quotes church stuff, especially these mega churches. I never like nothing. Like I said, look, if you give your money to these niggas, that's on you. You know, the Creflo Dollars, and not just niggas, Joyce Myers. You know, I know some black folks who follow Joyce Myers. And, you know, especially when I was still on Facebook, Joyce Myers and, you know, whatever, all of them, man. What's the other one? The smiley one with the real super, the big one that's a fucking stadium. What's his name? Osteen, Joel Osteen. Yeah, all of them, the prosperity preachers. If you want to give your money, say you bringing in $5,000 a week, and you want to give every week, you want to give $500. That's on you. That's fine with me. Say you make $2,000 a week or whatever. You know, you might work at a factory through $2,500. You want to give 10% is only $250, right? But you know, some people, I didn't, like I said, I saw it as a kid. You know, as I got older and when I started noticing, 14, I was, you know, in Birmingham, I was an usher, all that shit, junior usher. And I'm kind of amazed, motherfucker. You know, the preacher, you know, he would be like, you know, every week or whatever, you know, God says somebody in here has $100. And sometimes it's $1,000. I'm like, what? Y'all got $1,000 up in this church to give? Yeah, somebody would stand up and walk forward. And yada yada yada, 500. I know somebody got it. You know, yada yada yada. God said, I'm like, okay, it wasn't no big deal. I'm sitting there reading, you know, whatever the program, because I did. That was how I basically got through service. And the program's only like 3 or 4 pages. So basically I read it over, you know, the sick and shut in, Sister Jones, y'all pray for Sister Edna. Yeah, sick and shut in list, you know, da. So I'm just reading the fucking program over and over again. And when he tell us to read a verse, and then you got to get up and sing the hymn, pick up the hymnal. But basically, I mean, I don't know. At that point, I could sit anywhere by myself. I didn't have to, you know, when you was little, you had to sit with your mom and your grandma, whoever, your uncle, your daddy, da. Now, at the point, you know, you can sit wherever I can sit wherever I want. Go outside, this and that. Then, like I said, by then, I was an usher anyway, so I'm the one letting people in and out. You know, oh, no, you can't come in right now. You know, this and that.
Kamala up there rubbing elbows with him, another Boulay member, to try to make up for that situation in Wisconsin. Do you even?
Yeah, Boulay. He one of those. Yeah, this dude. I knew that. I didn't know all that, but just look. See what I'm saying? Looking at him, I called him. I called him last night when I said it. Called him. They confirmed me what I thought about this nigga. That's what I'm saying. It's not we're never wrong. It's just y'all are so predictable. That's what we're talking. That's what's so scary. It's that y'all are so stupid and predictable. It's not that we're just so smart and so much trained and better. I mean, we are, but it's like the standard is so low. Y'all done lowered the standard so low. It's easy to identify y'all. We don't have to go through months and months of training. It's just
believe in Jesus.
Like Jesus, please. You don't even believe in Jesus. Why you got a Jesus, please?
Why you up there cosplaying at the black church? So Kamala is upset right now when she's blaming Julie Chavez. Reports surfaced that she yelled at Julie for 30 minutes and had the lady in tears. Told her that she's responsible for all of this. And instead of blaming herself and holding herself accountable, Kamala is resting in the idea that her failure isn't her own fault. Julie Chavez, she's been working really hard for Kamala, trying to convince Hispanics and immigrants to support this.
And see, again, though, you got to blame Julie Chavez. That's her name, Cesar Chavez's granddaughter. What you doing fucking around with Kamala any damn way? So it's kind of like that's what you get.
Brittany and Chameleon.
I'm really fortunate that throughout my life I have had a master class in organizing. I had a real front seat to people like my grandfather and my father, but also my mother and grandmother that showed me what it meant to be a part of something bigger than myself. Showed me the power of organizing together, of using our voice, using our votes to make a difference, not just for our own lives, but for other people's lives. And that's, a tradition that I bring with me into this campaign. We are up against a lot. There's a lot at stake in this election, especialmente para nuestras familias, para nuestra comunidad, para nuestra gente. We have the choice this election to elect Vice President Kamala Harris, someone who is a daughter of immigrants, who grew up in a middle-class family, who has at every turn of her career demonstrated that she is fighting for our families, for our communities, and for our future, versus Donald Trump, un hombre que he despises our community, and he has continuously attacked our community in ways that are not just foul, but they're dangerous. And we've seen that play out in instances like we saw in El Paso and in other places.
Do you believe that Vice President Harris has
for our communities and for our future, versus Donald Trump, un hombre que he despises our community, and he...
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what she get. That's what she deserves. She told the lies about Trump. Mexicans don't believe that shit either. Mexican Americans, nobody. That's what she get. They eat. That's what they call eating their own. The Democrats turning on each other. They just tearing each other up. They don't know what to do. It's like y'all built your whole, not program. You built your whole. That wasn't the word, not program, but you built your whole campaign on lies. And the lies are falling apart. So now y'all turning on each other, eating each other alive.
He has continuously attacked our community in ways that are not just foul, but they're dangerous. And we've seen that play out in instances like we saw in El Paso and in other places.
Do you believe that Vice President Harris has a better chance of winning this state, Arizona, than President Biden? And if so, why?
Well, I believe that, the core coalition of voters that we need to win here in Arizona are voters that the Vice President has a really strong appeal with. When we look at young voters, Latino voters, women voters, we know that, reproductive rights is on the ballot here in Arizona. And that's an issue that she has been front and center on. It's one of the most politically potent issues.
So just 2 weeks to the election day, and new polls show Vice President Kamala Harris losing ground with crucial blocks in her party. They have always counted on the Latino voters, but they're now voting for Donald Trump by double digits. The same poll showing her support among black voters hitting a record low.
Does she have enough time to turn this around?
Well, first, let me say what an honor it is to be on with the Duchess. So thanks for that. Let me also say that, yeah, I think you characterized it perfectly. There is some weakness here, and it is fixable. There is time, but they're running short on time.
But I think the Harris campaign, they're acknowledging there's been a long time misconception with Latino voters that they only care about immigration or that is the top issue for them. We're seeing the Harris campaign really talk to Latino voters like everyone else. They understand that for Latino voters, the biggest issues are inflation, the economy, the cost of living, housing.
Imagine how your life could change if you could...
First of all, that's not immigration. Like we keep trying to explain to y'all, crossing the border illegally is not immigration. You broke the law. Bottom line, I don't care if you're a fucking brain surgeon. First of all, if you're a brain surgeon, why you gotta go through the Rio Grande River? You should have the money. I want to move to America and pay and for the classes and yada 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 to take the test. Just like if I move to Mexico and I want to stay or move to Paris or wherever I move to, I gotta pay to become a citizen. Not jump the line, just to go through the standards and learn their history and take the tests. And, you know, you don't have to learn the language, but it'd be better to take the time to learn the language.
Some it's reproductive rights, for some it's climate change. I mean, they recognize that there is diversity within Latino voters in the same way that we see it amongst everyone else. And even on the specific issue of immigration, they recognize that there's nuances to it. I think one of the most interesting things we saw from the New York Times Siena poll this weekend focused on Latino voters was that a majority actually are not offended by what Donald Trump is saying about immigration. They don't take it personally. They don't think when he's giving, you know,
it's not immigration. And yes, real Mexicans, I'm talking about, you know, the essays that was born here, they not stupid. It's like the same with niggas. We're not stupid. Like, why is they like, why in the fuck, you know, they own a business or something, so somebody could just walk over the border and just get money and taxpayer and this and that. It's like, no. They all said it. Like, no, that's not right. That's not fair. It's not fair to their grandparents who might have came over in the 60s and did everything legally, or the 50s or whatever. So they're like, no, it's not fair. Or they came over in the 80s or 90s, but they're legal. They waited and did their, you know, what they were supposed to do. So it's like, you ain't got to explain. Only an idiot would think that they're like, yeah, let them all in. This is dumb.
He's saying his anti-immigrant rhetoric, that it is referring to them. So in conversations with the Latino,
yeah, that's another insult. It's like, yeah, if you were born here, like, bitch, that's not me. He not talking about me. It's like saying all black people are car thieves. Or BLM. Remember, that's why we were mad about BLM. Oh, black men are getting hunted down. It was like, no, bitch, we're not getting hunted down. Nobody, first of all, is getting hunted down. Remember, I protested from the beginning. You know what I mean? Like, no, those are fuck niggas who got caught and couldn't do their time. Anybody else, you get mad at yourself, you get caught. Fuck. God damn. You know, I done heard niggas, you know, when they get out of jail, yeah, they laughing because they out or, you know, whatever. And a lot of the times they just would have went to jail, city jail, and they fought and got killed. It's on them. You ain't had to fight. They did. We didn't say they deserved to die. All you had to do was turn around and put your hands behind your back. You probably would have been out the next day. You're gonna kill me. And like I said, niggas I know, they admit it. Shit, some told me that. Yeah, that you hear the whole story. That's your homeboy, right? He made a left right here. Say he's driving down the street. And I'm trying to explain. Say it's kind of superstition, even though a lot of us Christians still. So you're going something. You're taking a route, something you do all the time, and there's multiple ways. But for some reason, some said turn left and take that way, you know, and it's longer. But you know, no, man. You know, you tell yourself you might be by yourself. Go that way. And you get pulled over, and you did something. You did do something, but normally there's no cop. But either way, the bottom line, that's what you're mad about. Some said don't go that way. I done heard that before. I knew not to go that way. I was literally, and normally put another reason is you normally don't think about it. You took that route, I don't know how many times. And nothing comes through your head, take this left. Sometimes you just take a left for no reason, or you with the home or whatever. But this time, some specifically said take a. It did. That's what that's what they're mad about after they did their couple of months in jail. And it's like, damn, so I knew not to go that fucking way. And that's where niggas get suspicious. But now I'm thinking that shit probably was goddamn MK Ultra. It's like, well, why would they? Because they want them to get suspicious. Either way, they was going to get pulled over because it's all of it is illegal. And they want them to think, voice the skull. They want them to think it was, some kind of premonition. And now they're superstitious. Damn, I knew I should have pulled over. I mean, not pulled. I knew I should have went that way and not came this way. But anyway, let me start. I'm gonna start another video. Like I said, there's so much shit You just gotta, talk about all it.